For the first time in the Patrick Mahomes era, the Kansas City Chiefs experienced something that once felt almost unimaginable, a season that ended without a playoff appearance. For a franchise that had become synonymous with consistency, excellence, and deep postseason runs, the absence from January football represented more than just a disappointing result. It marked a potential inflection point in the organization's trajectory. The Chiefs had built a dynasty-like reputation over the years, powered by elite quarterback play, innovative coaching, and a roster that consistently delivered in high-pressure moments. But the 2025 season exposed cracks that could no longer be ignored, forcing the franchise to confront difficult questions about roster construction, depth, and long-term sustainability. The situation became even more concerning when Patrick Mahomes suffered a season-ending injury after the team had already fallen out of playoff contention. While the timing of the injury did not directly impact their postseason hopes, it served as a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in the NFL. Mahomes has long been the cornerstone of the franchise, the player around whom everything is built, and any threat to his availability naturally triggers a reassessment of priorities. Protecting him, supporting him, and ensuring that the team can remain competitive even in adverse circumstances suddenly became even more urgent. The combination of missing the playoffs and losing their franchise quarterback, even temporarily, created a sense of urgency within the organization that is now shaping their approach to the 2026 NFL Draft. In response to this challenging season, the Chiefs made a series of bold roster moves that signaled a shift in direction, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. The team allowed cornerback Jalen Watson to depart, a move that raised eyebrows given his contributions, and followed the decision by trading standout defensive back Trent McDuffie to the Los Angeles Rams. McDuffie had been a key piece of the secondary, known for his versatility, intelligence, and ability to handle multiple roles within the defense. Moving on from a player of his caliber suggests that the Chiefs are not simply making minor adjustments but are instead retooling a significant portion of their defensive identity. These decisions have left noticeable gaps in the secondary, gaps that must now be addressed if the team hopes to return to its previous level of success. This brings the focus squarely to the 2026 NFL Draft, where Kansas City holds the number 9 overall pick, a rare position for a team that has spent years drafting near the bottom of the first round. With this pick comes both opportunity and pressure. The Chiefs must identify a player who can make an immediate impact while also fitting into the long-term vision of the franchise. While many fans are understandably drawn to the idea of adding another offensive weapon, whether it be a dynamic wide receiver, a versatile tight end, or a playmaking running back, the reality is that the team's most pressing need lies on defense, specifically at the cornerback position. In today's NFL, where passing offenses dominate and elite quarterbacks can exploit even the smallest weaknesses, having a strong and reliable secondary is essential. Cornerbacks are tasked with one of the most difficult jobs in football, covering increasingly athletic and skilled receivers in space while also contributing to run defense and tackling. For the Chiefs, the departure of key players has created a void that cannot be ignored. Rebuilding the secondary is not just about filling a roster spot, it is about restoring a critical component of the team's defensive foundation. Enter LSU cornerback Mansour Delane, widely regarded as the top cornerback prospect in the 2026 draft class. Delane has emerged as a standout player thanks to a combination of technical skill, football intelligence, and playmaking ability. While he may not possess the ideal size or blazing speed that some evaluators prioritize, his performance on the field tells a different story. Delane's stickiness in coverage, his ability to stay tightly aligned with receivers throughout their routes, is one of his defining traits. This skill allows him to disrupt timing-based offenses, limit separation, and force quarterbacks to look elsewhere, effectively shrinking the field. What truly sets Delane apart, however, is his ability to create turnovers. Over his final 2 seasons in college, he recorded 18 pass defenses and 6 interceptions, numbers that highlight both his instincts and his ball skills. He has a natural feel for tracking the football, adjusting his positioning, and making plays at the catch point. These traits are invaluable in the NFL, where turnovers often determine the outcome of games. A cornerback who can consistently take the ball away not only stops drives but can also shift momentum in favor of his team, creating opportunities for the offense to capitalize. Another reason Delane stands out as an ideal fit for Kansas City is his compatibility with defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo's system. Spagnuolo has built a reputation as one of the most adaptable and resourceful defensive minds in the league, particularly when it comes to managing and developing secondaries. Throughout his tenure with the Chiefs, he has faced the challenge of replacing key players multiple times, including the departures of L'Jarius Sneed and Tyrann Mathieu. Each time, he has managed to identify and develop new contributors, maintaining a high level of defensive performance despite significant personnel changes. Spagnuolo's scheme places a premium on discipline, awareness, and versatility, all qualities that Delane possesses. His ability to read plays, anticipate routes, and execute assignments would make him a natural fit within the system. Moreover, Spagnuolo's track record suggests that he could maximize Delane's potential, helping him transition smoothly to the professional level and develop into a cornerstone player for the defense. The pairing of a talented young cornerback with an experienced and creative defensive coordinator could prove to be a critical factor in the Chiefs' efforts to rebuild their secondary. While the number 9 pick is likely to be used on a defensive player like Delane, the Chiefs also hold the number 29 overall selection, providing an opportunity to address other areas of need. This second first-round pick adds an extra layer of flexibility, allowing the team to take a more balanced approach. For instance, Kansas City could use this pick to strengthen the offensive line by selecting a player like Blake Miller, ensuring better protection for Mahomes and improving the effectiveness of the run game. Alternatively, they could target a wide receiver such as KC Concepcion or Denzel Boston, adding speed, depth, and playmaking ability to the offense. The ability to address multiple needs in the first round is a significant advantage, but it also requires careful planning and evaluation. The Chiefs must consider not only the talent available but also how each player fits into the overall structure of the team. Drafting is as much about building a cohesive unit as it is about acquiring individual talent, and the decisions made in these early picks will have a lasting impact. Ultimately, the overarching theme of Kansas City's approach to the 2026 draft appears to center on reestablishing defensive dominance. While the offense, led by Mahomes, will always be a focal point, the Chiefs' recent championship success was built on a balanced approach that included a strong, opportunistic defense. In their last 2 Super Bowl victories, the defense played a crucial role, making key stops, generating turnovers, and complementing the offense in critical moments. That formula proved effective, and there is a compelling argument to be made that the team should double down on it. Selecting Mansour Delane at number 9 would represent a clear commitment to that philosophy. It would signal that the Chiefs are prioritizing defensive stability and playmaking ability as they look to return to contention. By addressing the cornerback position early and using their additional pick to reinforce other areas, Kansas City could take significant steps toward rebuilding a roster capable of competing at the highest level. As the draft approaches, the Chiefs find themselves at a crossroads, balancing the desire for immediate improvement with the need for long-term planning. The disappointment of missing the playoffs, combined with the lessons learned from injuries and roster changes, has created a sense of urgency that will influence every decision. Fans may dream of offensive fireworks and highlight reel plays, but championships are often built on balance, discipline, and defensive excellence. In this context, Mansour Delane represents more than just a draft prospect. He symbolizes a strategic direction, a commitment to rebuilding the foundation of a championship-caliber team. If the Chiefs make the decision to select him, it could mark the beginning of a new chapter, one that blends the explosive potential of their offense with the resilience and reliability of a retooled defense. With the right moves, Kansas City has the opportunity to quickly return to the top of the NFL, proving that even after a setback, the path back to greatness is well within reach. And you, Chiefs fan, do you think Mansour Delane should be hired if the perfect opportunity arises? Leave your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and see you next time.